Welcome in, everyone, to Barely Educated, the podcast by Bears fans for Bears fans. We are here to preview Bears at the Ravens, and we'll talk a little bit about last night's game as we record this on Friday, October 24th in the morning. We're still waiting on the last of the injury reports, which is always the one thing I hate about the timing here. But as always, I am Mark, joined by Chris. Chris, how are you?
Doing all right. Got our first big concert of the year tonight. But yeah, doing okay. Doing okay.
Listen, I gotta tell the viewers that Chris is the kind of guy who can pull off the t-shirt with a blazer look. That's what he's going for today. So
That's right.
you just never know who he's gonna surprise you with. And then Sunday, if we do a post game, I'll be wearing like a white t-shirt and like as generic as possible. And
Yeah,
he'll have just come from some concert.
yeah, this is the way it goes.
Yeah, yeah. So we usually start if we manage to get the two episodes in a week, the second episode with after further review, where we correct the crap we were wrong about in our post-game anger. That's been the norm. It's a little weird trying to do this on a four-game win streak. The pod is in the middle of an identity crisis. We don't have a coach to hate on. Yeah, we can still hate on the media though. Well, how about that? No, I'm actually going to do that in a second.
Okay.
I do want to go back to some of the stuff with Caleb
Okay.
because it was a confusing game for our young hero quarterback. And what we are learning now is not that he played well. We're not backing off of that he did not have a good game, but that the Saints dropped into cover two or too high or just whatever zone an overwhelming majority of the time, inviting the Bears to run and never really counterpunched and brought the safeties up or anything like that. And so, what looks like a QB being a game plan minimizing force for the Bears is actually the coach leaning into the run game working, I think.
Okay.
And that's what good coaching should do. I
Yeah.
know we talked a little bit about like he kept running because it was working, but that's all part of this. And then I want to point out this data from last year and this year about Caleb. And this is where it gets really strange. Caleb's having a weird year. That doesn't mean a bad year, but it's weird, and we need to talk about it. Last year, Caleb versus man coverage with roughly 200 total dropbacks was completion percentage dead last. Yards per attempt, dead last.
Okay.
Passer rating, dead last. Catchable target percent, dead last. He stunk versus man last year. I'd actually argue it's probably because the scheme stunk as well,
Hmm.
and they weren't scheming guys open. And man, you're supposed to be able to do that. But anyway, this year, which is a much smaller sample, it's like 40 or 37 or whatever dropbacks against man. His completion percentage is second in the league.
Oh,
His yards per attempt is first.
really?
His passer rating is second.
Wow.
His catchable target percentage is fourth. And I'm wondering if the Saints are like, he's killing man right now. Let's run lots of zone.
That would make sense.
So Washington went soft zone in a lot of nickel to slow down the passing explosives in the middle of the field. And they gave up 200 yards on the ground. This is me paraphrasing my guy, Start Kyle Orton on Twitter. You
Hmm.
should all follow
Yeah.
him. He's a
Good follow.
wonderful follow. But anything he says basically like we don't love the way the Caleb's box score might look these couple of weeks, but that's what happens for your quarterback when you're running for 200 yards.
That's true.
I mean, the bigger issue is they didn't convert to touchdowns.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
frustrating. Yeah. Hmm.
there are a couple things from last year to this year that Caleb has flipped the script on through six games. I mean, that's the caveat, of course. His sack percentage is way down. Everything I just read off, man versus last year, way better. But zone might be worse. You know, and I'm like, and we're not accurate on the run, and normally we're accurate on the run, and it's just been very odd. But he's doing some of the stuff we want. He's converting the deep throws more than last year, and notably cut down on the sacks. But definitely not a finished product. So it was an odd game, but I think after further review, a lot of it is Ben Johnson seeing what the Saints were doing and counterpunching, and the Saints never countering back. And so Ben's like, okay, then here's another 10-yard run.
Okay, so it was not as much of the Ben taking the ball out of Caleb's hands because he was bad for much.
Yeah, and I don't know yet. That's why I was telling cousin Nate
Wasn't it?
when he was kind of concerned about it. I was like, well, I think it's more like if it keeps happening, it'll be alarming. Let's see where the next couple games go on the red zone. You're talking about the red zone stuff.
Well, yeah, but in general, he just was not.
And the clunkiness of the pass game as a whole. Rome had another couple drops. We got to stop that. That's too much a thing. These contested catches that he was awesome at in college, he's not catching them enough.
I know, and I hate that Rome is usually good for one drop, but yeah, two.
Yeah, and it's like, what's it look like if we're at a couple of those are caught and we're at like 230
Mhm.
in the yards instead of like 190 or whatever it was. I don't feel like looking it up. That's trying to wash that part of the game out of it. But
Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for Caleb, but I think at the end of the day, the most important takeaway here, and this is another thing Start Kyle Orton has been preaching, it's just accuracy. The issue is accuracy. He's inaccurate. His throws on the run are inaccurate. He isn't reading the field poorly. Now, on the interception, he stared down Rome,
Yes.
but the real problem was it was he threw it too short for once. Usually he overthrows everything or he dirts it, but he threw it to the side that was where the defender could get it instead of higher into the sideline. So that's also accuracy. All this throw on the run stuff that he's normally never struggled with is going to help his completion percentage. All these tipped passes have lowered his completion percentage. So there's some stuff here that you're like, I think if we can fix the accuracy and this deflection thing, some of the numbers will tick up. And now to the media part.
Okay.
I was very irritated with Wednesday's Hogan Johns. Well, that's basically the Bears podcast I religiously listened to.
Okay.
And Courtney Cronin was on, who's usually pretty good, I think, too. And she was talking about his processing and how he was taking a step back and what he was seeing. And I'm like, not that none of that's been the issue. He's not making the wrong reads. He's not turning down open receivers except for against Washington, the scramble where he had Rome and he went ahead and ran. And now everyone's like, oh, he needs to run more. Which is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, the issue is he's inaccurate. And at least some of his inaccuracy is not inaccuracy we've ever seen in his college or pro career to this point. So it's weird. I don't think it's like gonna doom his career. I assume it will level out. But it's not because he's doing the Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky, I don't know what I'm seeing stuff.
Well,
And I'm just determined to point this out. When the tape shows that he's making the right reads. And then the other problem is he needs to step up in the pocket.
yes. Yes.
He's spinning out too much, and then that's a whole second or whatever where the back is to the receivers, and you got to recalibrate everything again. The good ones do that when they absolutely have to, but they step up more than he's stepping up.
Which he did against Dallas. Like we saw
Yeah,
him
I
do
just something was weird there. That I will admit was a step back, pun intended.
it.
But I don't think it's fair to call it all processing, and I'm just sick to death of that catch-all now.
Yeah, so is that
To
because
me, that sounds like someone who hasn't actually watched it or doesn't
right.
really know the sport well enough, and it's just this term everybody bandies about. And so I'm just sick of it. The issue isn't processing. You don't even know what that means. No one even defines it. The issue is he's overthinking occasionally, he's not stepping up, and above all, too many throws are inaccurate that haven't been in the past. And that's why I still have a lot of hope.
Yeah, that suggests that it's something he can get over. And it suggests too that learning this new offense, being stripped down to the studs, so to speak, by Ben to rebuild him, into a better, different quarterback. I mean, that all suggests what you're saying. Is it because Justin had struggles with it and Mitch had struggles with it that some of the reporters are just saying the same thing? Oh, it must be the same thing with Caleb then that it was with Fields and
Yeah,
Mitch.
I don't know. I replied to Star Kyle Orton and noted that like this is what good coaching looks like because we're so used to teams loading up to stop the run because they don't respect the QB.
Right.
Instead, they're respecting the pass, which sets up the run. It's like that's good coaching. A lot of this is just unfamiliar. We joke about the 4 game win streak and all these unfamiliar things. But and can I also point out, let's not be short attention span. Who was the Bears' best player on offense the first month of the season? It's probably Joe Tooney. If you go the whole month, who was the second best player?
Well, stat wise, Caleb can make a good case. Good
It's
argument.
either Caleb or Rome.
Yeah.
So now the run game takes off for 2 weeks, and we're all, oh my God, Caleb's horrible. Oh, it's the processing. It's all the same thing. It's a calm down. He was one of their better players on that side of the ball the first month.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
And I don't know what he'll do this week. He's a
yeah,
roller coaster. Like I said, it's weird. I just don't think it's as bad as we maybe thought at first glance once you considered everything else going on in that game. And I'm just tired of some of the media talking points.
yeah, it's interesting because some of the national guys are flipping now, and like I saw a Colin Coward thing. Well, he'll flip, again
Yeah,
next.
he'll flip again next week.
But
Yeah.
I mean, he was giving
Well, you're talking about the thing sent by former student Tim.
former student Tim,
Yeah.
who I saw last week.
Yeah. It's going to be like December 18th, and Chris is going to be like, who I saw October 17th,
That's right. I sure will.
who I saw 2 months ago.
Had some tips.
Anyway, finish your cowherd point.
Oh no, just that he had been it, the opposite, like coming down on Fields and exaggerating to the other extreme. Now he's like, oh, we can see the growth in Caleb. I'm paraphrasing, but that was basically the idea that the Ben and Caleb thing is working. So funny that our local guys who should know better are now kind of not panicking, but reverting to some kind of poor
Yeah, and I mean Hogan Johns were not panicking. Cronin wasn't panicking. It was just like oddly, almost ironically, since I say the issue is accuracy, I would call their analysis inaccurate.
ah,
Like
nice.
this is not actually the issue.
Hmm. Yeah, and maybe it's just easy to go there since that was the place to go with the previous two quarterbacks. I don't know, just
Yeah.
speculation, but if that's the case, that's disappointing because that's lazy.
That's my point about processing. Stop with this catch-all and like give me something with more detail if it's your job.
Right, exactly.
We can do better and we should expect better. And we should expect Caleb to be more accurate and play better.
Yeah.
If he does this for 3, 4 weeks in a row, I'll be pretty irritated.
Mhm.
Okay, another thing that happened this week in Bears football is the absolutely marvelous, comical Ben Johnson mic'd up clip. Everybody needs to look it up if you haven't watched it. It's so funny. I love him. He's a football psychopath in all the best ways. I'm going to say this every episode at this rate, but you've seen it, right?
Yes.
So, like during the game, good things happen and he's just arms
Oh,
crossed.
yes.
It's totally no reaction.
Mhm.
Has to throw the challenge flag. He chucks that thing 40 yards. Otherwise, no reaction to basically any of the good things that happen. Get
Mhm.
in the locker room and it's good, better, best, and that whole thing. And he's like fired up
Yep.
and he's just like, he's a football psycho.
He is kind of like Dan Campbell, you know.
And the moment is not too big for him on the sideline and he relates to the players when they need it. It's great. It's just funny. The contrast is hilarious.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
I don't think he's brought the team any green bean casserole yet. Remember the Bernstein joke about Flus,
yes.
right? And we had some good green bean casserole, right?
Right. Oh.
That most boring guy ever. Gosh.
Mhm.
All right.
I like green bean casserole though. But
Uh,
anyway,
speaking of coaching, that coaches I have tended to think highly of over the last little bit of time, the Minnesota Vikings played last night.
yeah. Yeah.
And holy crap, what are they doing with trying to get Carson Wentz killed? I like Kevin O'Connell so far as I could ever like someone important in a division rival. He's like Mr. Quarterback Reclamation Project guy.
Not
And
last night.
they're trying to get Carson Wentz killed. I was bothered
Yeah.
by the fact that they kept trotting him out there in the fourth quarter.
Clearly in a lot of pain and could not throw.
Couldn't function.
Yep.
Like, I know we're sensitive to head injuries, and good, we should be. I wish we were even more so. Like, I'm still worried about Jaquan Brisker, for example. But do we just like ignore all the other injuries?
Uh,
There's no way he should have been playing in the fourth quarter, period. This is negligent,
yeah.
and it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they look like garbage, by the way. That team sucks.
It was very surprising. Yeah, I guess he thought he had no other option and still had a shot to win. I don't know, but man, Minnesota's defense did not look good either. So I'm not sure what O'Connell was thinking or doing. But
It wasn't like there was a comeback really realistically in
no,
the
no,
works.
there wasn't. And even
Maybe the other rookie is not ready. Not Warrior Boy, the other one, whatever his name is.
yeah, but you weren't
But
gonna.
like you can't just okay, then just run the clock out with boring runs. This
Yeah,
game's over. Take your lumps and stop getting this guy killed. It was
not gonna win.
irresponsible,
Yep,
and they ought to all be embarrassed.
yeah.
That coaching staff and their defense is falling apart for how good it's supposed to be.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Did it anger you?
Lucky wins over the Browns and the Bears, or that's a one-win outfit.
I was gonna say, does
I
it?
mean, really,
Um,
fluky wins. Those were gross wins. Like not to take. I mean, we shouldn't have beat the Raiders. I get it. You can do this with every team, but I'm just saying they're really not very good this year so far, and they're sitting there trotting out Carson Wentz for no reason in the fourth.
Yeah, watching that, I think in the one of you in the text thread last night, I can't remember who it was, basically said, "How did the Bears lose to this team?"
It was me.
You okay? Yeah,
Up 17-6. That still stings a little bit.
yeah, yeah. How did they make JJ McCarthy look? And maybe he will be that good. I don't know. He got hurt week 2, right? But um,
Hurt.
well, I mean,
I mean, what's going on there? Are they hiding him or is he really still hurt? He
he
definitely had
must.
the ankle at one point, but still, it seems like they're trying to bide time to get him ready, and now it's getting ugly.
You wanted a one-armed Carson Wentz instead of JJ? I don't know if I think if he could have played. Well, I don't know. I can't speculate.
It's too hard to tell.
But I'm with you.
All
It was
right.
frustrating. You know, and I'm not wanting the Vikings to win. I'm enjoying the fact that the Vikings are in fourth place, but
Yeah.
that was
This is it.
not
This is
enjoyable.
how bad it was. They made me sympathetic to a
Yes,
Vikings
right,
quarterback.
right. That's what I'm saying.
I legit felt bad for him.
Hmm.
All right. To the Bears at the Ravens. 6-point underdogs are the Bears, which tells you Vegas thinks Lamar's playing.
Right. Yes.
Did you know Lamar has beat every team in the NFL except the Bears and Packers?
I did not.
The only teams he's not faced. So did you know the Bears have not faced Lamar?
But I did not know that they've played the Ravens since he's been in the league, though. Was he hurt 4 years?
Yep, we faced Hundley.
Oh,
Remember, we were watching it at Buddy Bryan's place.
Brian. That's
Cousin Nate and I and Buddy Bryan live with you on the Zoom.
that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, a dreadful, dreadful game, which is, of course, what happens when I get together with anyone to watch the Bears. Except for when I go to a fan of the opposing team, like I did the Dallas game.
Yeah, let's got to find a Ravens fan to go visit them.
Yeah, I don't know any, do you?
I
There's
I
got to
have
be a lot of them because they've been good.
one of my students here is a Ravens fan, which is weird because he's from small town Kansas. He just decided to like the Ravens. So I don't know. Do you think the point spread reflects the idea that there's no way the Ravens can be 1-6?
The point spread's crazy,
Yeah,
considering where these two teams are currently at.
right. Is
So
it?
let's go and look at the numbers, such as we do the generic yards ranks. I
Bingo.
don't, we keep it simple here, but Bears offense versus the Ravens defense. The Bears offense is 12th in yards per game. The Ravens are 30th defensively.
Wow. Yeah, they're
They really miss Matabuke in the middle of that D line. You have an awesome D tackle out, it's a big deal. So maybe we shouldn't be that surprised. But like, wow, 30th. The Bears are 15th in the pass. The Ravens are 26th defending it.
huh.
The Bears are up to eight for rushing per game. And the Ravens are again 26th. So oddly enough, on paper, at this literal moment, based a lot on their injuries, so we got to be careful for the context. The
Yeah.
Bears offense has decidedly been more successful than the Ravens defense through our well, both teams have played 6 games, Ravens coming off their bye, which is really the other wrinkle here, I think. All right. When our defense is playing their offense, this is funny because these numbers are crazy. They're the 21st offense, we're the 25th defense because we give up a crap ton of yards and then take the ball away. So like
Yeah.
that's the game. Do you think this is still sustainable to get all these takeaways? Bears are okay against the pass, 13th. Ravens are 26th throwing the ball, with again Lamar having missed several games. And the Bears run D still really hurt by a couple really bad games against Detroit and Vegas. They're 28th. Ravens are 10th, as well, a Lamar team pretty much always should be, even with him having missed a couple games. So I don't, I mean, if you want to go by points, the Bears average 25, the Ravens average 24. I mean, there's just a very even matchup in a lot of ways, and I just never thought in a million years we would get to this game and go, the Bears have 3 more wins. Seems like an even matchup as Lamar Jackson playing. I mean, this was one of the put it down in ink losses when you go through the schedule.
Right.
The Bears definitely have a chance beyond what we thought.
Hmm.
It sounds like Lamar is going to play to me. He's practicing for a third straight day, according to their beat guy on Twitter, Jamison Hensley, whatever this guy's name is. And they will announce his designation for the injury report later this afternoon. So we
Okay.
aren't going to have that in this pod. But
Wonderful.
he's been really limited. By really limited, I mean like warming up and doing individual drills, but hasn't taken any reps with the team. He's also too good for it to really matter.
Yeah, that's true. What was his injury? I don't even know. Or
Hamstring, so they can be pretty touchy, as we know from
that is,
Kyler Gordon.
and that could affect his obviously his running ability. And frankly,
Hmm.
I'm still more afraid of Lamar running than throwing. But
He's gotten really good in the pocket, though. I just
not better.
how
Yeah.
much how
Cool.
it's
Put
it's
him
it's
in.
almost impossible to predict. I know it sounds like a cop out in our preview episode, but I honestly have no idea because if you get Roquan back and Kyle Hamilton back and mostly back for their defense, all their stars except for Matabuke, is it going to play better? I don't know. It still looked horrible the first week when they were all healthy. And then, if you get Lamar back, obviously that's way, way, way better than whoever's playing, whether it's Huntley or Cooper Rush. If he doesn't play, I mean, if Lamar's out, the Bears win. If Lamar plays, it's, I think, still closer than 6 points.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
And then you get the Ravens with their back against the wall factor and all that kind of stuff.
That's why I was
I mean,
wondering,
there's
does the fact that they can't possibly, like, they need to win to keep their already on life support chances alive.
and
So,
coming off the bye,
so does all that play into the
I would assume that they're better than the Bears over the years coming off
yeah,
a bye, the Ravens. Or are
yeah,
we going to get like a great bounce back game for the Bears passing attack? I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen in this game.
yeah.
I will say Lamar plays and looks good, and the Ravens win 28-24. The turnovers aren't going to keep coming at 4 a game, especially against better QBs.
Mm,
And I think 5 in a row is crazy, but man, would it be fun if we pulled it off?
that'd be
The
fantastic.
fact that we're even thinking it's possible tells you how much Ben's already accomplished.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
the rest of the staff. Dennis Allen deserves his flowers. A lot of that staff is kicking butt, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ravens at home, Lamar's back, that they win by 3. So 27, 24, 28, 25, something like that. Maybe the Bears score 25 again. How's that sound?
I'm just kind of working their average in there, right?
But
Fun tweet that I saw a recap of it on Reddit that then cousin Nate also just sent me just for kicks before we do the other games. From Dave Svirtson from Our Lads. Look for standouts in key situations. NFL quarterbacks, third, fourth down, 4 to 12 yards to go. So when your quarterback has to make a play. Caleb Williams, passer rating, number one in the league, 33 attempts and a 144.8 passer rating.
Wow.
Then it's Drake May, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, Daniel Jones.
He's
What's really wild to me about this is, again, small sample, 33 attempts.
sure.
His passer rating is 145 effectively. If we round them both up a tick, Drake May's next at 120. His passer rating is 25 points higher than anybody else in these desperate situations.
That's
He's
amazing.
good in the fourth. How do we get him to think it's a clutch situation all the time?
Right.
Because I mean, this trait's wonderful.
Hmm.
Spencer Rattler, just for kicks, 52 passer rating on this list. The guy we just played.
Ooh.
I'm excited, guys, about the defense. I'm excited about the running game. I'm really excited about Ben. I maintain my optimism about Caleb.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I still think Lamar Jackson is playing, and he's going to still look like Lamar Jackson for the most part. He's not, I don't think he's going to get out there and not be himself. Athletes turn it on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And getting 4 turnovers out of him would be a whole lot more impressive than getting four out of Spencer Rattler.
Oh, yes, that would indeed. Yep.
And I want to make one more point on the turnovers that I meant to make earlier. They're not going to keep getting 3 and 4 a game.
Probably
They
not.
might end up top five in the league still. The season can have its own momentum there. But I would submit to you that could be tempered or balanced if the offense starts turning those into touchdowns more than field goals, because they're not really getting tons of points out of them.
Yeah.
So could you average two the rest of the way with a ball hawking defense? Maybe. But what if the two are 10 points, not three? You
Yeah.
see what I mean? Your
I
net win point wise is still there. I just I'm picking Lamar for now, but I'm leery. It's not a confident pick, and maybe he doesn't play, and then the whole thing's different.
hmm
All right, our North teams. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that even though I'm pleased with the progress the Bears are making, and they're definitely seem to be going in the right direction, I still need them to prove that they can win these games on the road against teams that are supposed to be contenders. So that's all I was gonna say.
Yep. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world.
Nope,
Go beat the Bengals, go beat the Giants, and you're back on track.
you'll still be in
Just
third place if you
can
lose.
we just can we just agree not to panic if they lose to the Ravens after winning 4 in a row?
People are gonna panic. That's the one thing that
That's true.
be apparent. Every week
I
is a
mean,
referendum on Caleb Williams.
everything. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
All right. The Vikings already lost. The Lions are on a bye.
Okay.
That means the only other division game is the all Bears fan, what am I supposed to do here bowl. The Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
What am I doing with myself here?
well, I mean, I guess we gotta, root for Aaron Rodgers.
I guess we have to root for a low scoring game that the Steelers win.
Yep,
10-3. No, I have no idea.
that'd be
I
hilarious.
just think that man, that's going to be a please just mute the broadcast, everyone kind of
Oh yeah.
slobber fest of
Mhm.
silliness. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Bears take a stray shot when they do a QB
Oh,
graphic. They'll
absolutely.
just throw the Bears on there for kicks.
Yep. Jordan Love will complete a pass, and they'll be like, "Remember when Aaron Rodgers completed passes for the Packers?" This proves that Jordan Love is on track to be a Hall of Famer.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers because even though Green Bay's favored by 3 and their record is a tad better because of the tie, I consider these both 4-2 teams
Where are they playing?
in a sense in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh. Okay.
So, which is weird that Pittsburgh's at home getting 3 points. I'm picking that. Pittsburgh to barely win an ugly-ish game because I think both defenses are better than the offenses, though they're solid teams. I don't really think I know what Pittsburgh is yet. I mean, they lost to Joe Flacco last Thursday,
Yes, they did. Close
but
game.
Green Bay barely beat Jacoby Brissett and
That,
tied the Cowboys.
yet people are
And
still.
Micah Parsons had 4 sacks, and they still couldn't stop Jacoby Brissett.
Hmm. Yeah, and they're still being called contenders, and I was like, man, how much of that is just reputation at this point? Because
I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to find ways to abuse those corners and make just enough throws, and they're at home. And it's important in my DNA to pick against the Packers at all times.
well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so there's that. So there's my excuse for it. All
Yeah,
right. The only other game that really interests me is not that interesting anymore. The Monday night matchup. 3-4 Washington at 4-3 Kansas City. And though you read those records and it's a game different, they are trending in wildly different directions.
yes, they are.
The
Um,
Chiefs are the Chiefs again, just clobbered the Raiders, and the Commanders are without Jaden Daniels again. It's just like that was my concern with him, and he
yes,
keeps
it is.
missing games here and there, and
And this is year two.
obviously, so the line. I don't know. I'd be curious if anyone's looked at this. A game separates these teams, but the line on the CBS Sports app is 12 and a half.
Whoa.
Has a one game win loss record ever had a gap that large?
Oh, maybe it's.
Vegas does not believe in the Jaden Daniels list Commanders.
There's yeah, reason for that. Although they won their previous Mariota start well before last week, or did no? Jaden started last week, and Mariota came in later. But earlier in the season, they did win their Mariota start. I can't forget. I can't remember which game it was, but
They beat the Raiders with Mariota, I think.
okay, okay. But yeah, I get that. But yeah, 12 and a half, that's a lot. But that's
And
just
they just got whooped by Dallas.
yeah, yes, they did.
44, and it looked like they let off the gas at one point. I mean, it was 41 through 3 quarters. And Daniels started but didn't finish. Yep. So that's got to be in the minds of Vegas on that line. But I just wonder if there's ever been a line that big for a gap in records that small.
Probably pretty rare if that's the case. Yep.
That's like 6-0 versus 0-6 kind of stuff. 12 and a half is that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Don't ask me though. Ask Buddy Brian.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs look like the Chiefs again, for the first time in what, 2 years? Even though they won the AFC last year, they never really were convincing that they were the Chiefs again. But the last 2 weeks, they've looked more like it against the
You
Lions.
cannot convince me as we sit here on October 24th that they're not going to squeak in as the 3 seed, go beat Buffalo, the 2 seed, and then go beat a bizarre number 1 seed Indianapolis Colts like it's the easiest conference championship win of all time on the
Yeah,
road
that
and be in the Super Bowl again.
that
You
actually.
just know they're going to beat the Colts like 31-17 ho hum.
Mhm.
And everyone's going to go, how the heck were the Colts the 1 seed over this team?
Yeah, yeah, kind of like what Tennessee a couple of years ago. Didn't that kind of happen with them too? Like they.
Yeah, it was more than a couple, but it was, yeah, where they're always in the playoffs and they never can get over the hump. And then here come the Chiefs to just send them packing, even though they're the 1 seed, or the Patriots or whoever it is.
Yeah,
That's where the Chiefs are at. So, and now they're back. Joy.
seems like it. Yep. Well, cool. I'll still be watching Monday night though.
I always laugh when the schedule is clearly designed to give you a certain angle to the matchup and only one thing that they really cared about when they put it together, Daniels versus Mahomes, and
Yep.
then you don't get it. It's like
Yeah, there was.
I gotta be careful. They're gonna give us more double Monday night games, which I don't like if I keep this up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, oh, I like that there's two, but I'm a night owl, so
I just don't like that one's not done before the other starts, and I
Yeah,
have an
that's
8 o'clock Tuesday morning class, so I can't finish the late one
yeah.
very easily.
The
All right.
last night the Mariota and Mahomes graphic was not nearly as
Feel the magic.
yeah, exactly. So, all right,
Watch them upset them for no good reason, just to make us all look stupid because it's
oh,
the
that'd be
NFL.
great. How
That'd be
entertaining would that be? Yeah.
that would be actually really fun.
All right, so we wrap this up.
Take it away, sir.
Hey, thanks for listening, everyone, to this episode of Barely Educated. We will talk to you at some point Sunday after the Bears-Ravens game to break that down. Find us on the socials at barely_educated. Check out our website, buymeacoffee.com/barely_educated. Join our honor roll, and we will send you a Barely Educated t-shirt, which looks amazing. Until next time, Bears fans, take it easy, take care, have a nice weekend, and bear down.
Go Bears. Go Bears. I love the Bears.